Hi, Best Buds. It's Cathy with Cathy's Garden, and I'm so happy that you joined me today. Today, we're going to make a fancy flip envelope, but first, let's have our shout out to Carol, Anne-Marie, Homer, Liberty Lost, Nyla, Gwyneth, Lenny, Lisa, Julie, Shirley, Carolyn, and Folk Art Gal. I appreciate each and every one of you. All right, you guys, I have been working on my December daily. I have this one over in my Etsy shop now. If you're interested in it, the link is down below. So I have completed everything except for my last part on this. So I have made a tag with the date right here on all the tabs. The tabs are on Sundays. It just so happens that Christmas is on a Sunday this year, so that just works out very, very nicely. But I have a page here. Actually, I have two pages. My pages go January 1st, January 1st. So I've got a front and back. So this is December 18th, and this is also December 18th. So you have plenty of room to journal in. I wanted to do something special for January the 1st of 2023 page. And I decided I wanted to make a fancy flip envelope with a page inside for journaling for your hopes, your dreams, and your goals for the new year. So that's what we want to do. I decided I didn't want it to be Christmas. This is a brand new year. So I decided on this paper here from chapter 1. And I have coffee dyed at the back. So I'm just going to measure like this. I'm not using a ruler. I'm just going to fold it. Let's see, let's go this way. I want it to fit on this page nicely, but yet big enough to hold some paper or a paper inside. So I think, let's see, what kind of flap do we have on that? I think I might be able to do just a little bit larger right here. Fold this down. This is my flap. I think that would be nice. So I'm going to hold this just like that. So I'm going to have it paper clipped with a altered paper clip onto this last page, which is New Year's Day page. So I'm going to put this just like this, and I'm going to line this up, and I'm going to fold it. And this is our flap, so I'm just going to fold this down right like this. Okay, so when you open it, this part where you open isn't right by our fold. It just makes things come in and out easier in your envelope. I am going to bring in my little guillotine, and I'm going to just trim up the edge here so everything is even. And now I really do need to bring in my page once again, go back to the back one, and let's just look to see how long can it be. It can be, get my pencil, I don't want it to be too awful long. I'm going to mark it right there. So I've just held this here and I pulled it down a little bit and I said, okay, I want it right there so it's not right at the end. Place that over there one more time, bring in my guillotine, and let's go ahead and let's cut that to fit into our journal on our last page. Now what I'd like to do is I would like to go ahead and round the corner. So I'm just going to take these two together. I'm just going to pull these up together. So because sometimes if you just try to pour around one page, it just chews it. So this way it's doubled and you're really doing two at once. And usually it does not chew doing it that way. All right, so now we have our corners rounded. Now, I would like to make this a little sturdier, so I am going to, because this is just regular copy paper that I have printed on, and I'm just going to fold this down just like this, And I'm going to fold just a little bit down on the flap as well. I'm just creasing it to kind of help me get the paper to do what I want it to do. So let's see here. I'm just making a little fold. Nothing big, just little. There we are, just like that. Now I am going to bring in my art glitter glue, mainly because it grabs a hold so very quickly and I am able to proceed with this project. So I'm just going to place a little bit right here. Get it to come out. I don't want too much to come out. I may have to open it up just a little bit more. Come on now, let's go. Anytime. Here we go. And it's coming out now. And I'm just going to crease it and get that fold in there. That's so very nice. Okay. Now I'm going to turn it on this end and I'm going to do the exact same, and I'm going to add my glue and we're going to crease it. This crease right here, this fold, it just makes so it's just going to be the inside flap. So when you're getting things in and out, it just makes it sturdy, and you won't have a tendency, or it won't have a tendency of ripping it. And the extra fold on the top just makes it sturdier. Now, because I am going to be adding this into my December daily, which is going to go right here. I think that's going to fit fine and be able to shut. Yeah, it's going to be fine. I am going to sew it, I do believe, because a lot of my things in my journal have been sewn. The edge of the journal all the way around the front and the back have been sewn. So I want it to match my journal. Now, you do not have to sew it if you are making one of these and you're not putting it into a journal. You don't have to sew it at all. It will be just fine non-sewn. But because I'm having it go into an item that has been sewn, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now, I think that's all I will need to ink right there, maybe just a little bit on the sides. And I have a piece of lace, and I'm going to bring in this piece of lace because I think I would like to have it come down. This lace has a little bit of scallop on it, and I thought it would be really sweet to have that lace be on the flap. That is just really pretty, I think. So what I want to do is, I think what I'll need to do is bring in my scissors and see if I can make this a little straighter. It's a little wonky. So I'm going to bring that a little straighter. That's a little better. And then I think I'm going to just trim this a little longer than what I need, because I don't want to cut it too short and then it will be all messed up if it's too short. And I'll tell it a little longer than I need it here. All right, so now we look like this, and what I'm thinking I want to do is I'm just lining the end of these scallops onto this line here on my grid paper, using my grid paper in that way. I think I might like to do it that length, so when it folds it will look like that. Well, that's very beautiful, isn't it? Do I want to keep this part right here on there? I got my head in there, didn't I? Sorry. I could use that and just sew that whole thing on there like that. All right, I'm going to take it to my machine and I am going to stitch this on. Now, once again, if you don't have a machine and you're wanting to make this, but you're not sewing, then you, of course, wouldn't sew this, and you would just glue this right on there with some fabric tack. Simple. So I'll show you how it looks in just a second. All right, I'm really liking how this has turned out. So there's the lace on the flap. I did go ahead and glue down the back. I kept it long. I just thought that was really pretty on the back like that. I think I probably need to add just a little bit more glue. I didn't want to sew it because then it would be sewn in here and I really didn't want that look. So what I think I'd like to do now is I'd like to take my art glitter glue and I'm going to glue, wipe this off, it dries so very quickly. Wipe that off and I'm going to glue this down. So let's get that done. And I'm just going to add a little bit right here. And then I'm going to add a little bit right here. And I'm adding it on the flap that turns up and not on this part. Because this part, remember, our flap stops about right here because we want to give ourselves enough room to get our paper in and out. So I'm just adding it on to the actual flap. And I want to wipe this off a little bit. So got a little bit of glue coming out. I just want to wipe it off, just like that. Get all that glue wiped off. That's grabbing a hold very nicely. I think this is looking fantastic and it will be great to hold our paper so that we can write your goals, your dreams, and your hopes in here for the new year. So I have a wax seal and I thought it would be, that's really pretty, that blue. I've got a white as well. And I brought in some ribbons. This is a light blue that's in a 1/8 inch, and this is a darker blue in, no, this is 1/8. This is 1/4. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm just going to make a simple little bow right here by just going back and forth a couple of times. And I want to make sure that this is big enough for this. Yeah. That'll be fine. Make a little snip, get myself another little piece, and tie it off with this piece right here. Gather these into my hand. Where did that one piece go? Gather these into my hand. And then just tying this off right like this. Sorry, I had to use my teeth. So I got that tied just like that. Straighten it out just a little bit and we will see how this is looking. All right, so that's going to look really nice on there. So let's go ahead and I think I would like to do another color of blue just so that I think it might make it pop. So I'm going to do the exact same technique. Do this with the satin ribbon because there is no right or wrong side. It's satin, both front and back, I guess you could say, top and bottom, all the way around. It's all satin. So you're able to make a bow in that way. So I'm going to cut it off the same way I did before. I was talking and I missed my string. There, I did it without my mouth. Okay, so just tying a knot here, and I'm going to see about adding this. Now, how about if I add it crooked like that? Add it something like this. Oh, that's pretty. I do like the white. Here's what it looks like with the blue. I think the white just really adds something special. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in my glue gun and we're going to switch gears while that glue gun's heating up, and we're going to make ourselves a altered paper clip to use to paper clip this beautiful envelope into the last page of our December daily. All right, for our altar paper clip, I just have a large paper clip. I have some red and green 1/8 inch ribbon. I have a little bit of lace. I'm not sure I'm going to use it. And I have some beads. These are 6/0 size red and 6/0 size in the green. And I want to just go ahead and pour some of these out. I'm looking for my little dish that I have. I have this dish. This will work. This one will work. Let's pour a few of those beads out. And let's pour a few of the beads in the green out in my dish. Like that. And let's go ahead, and we're going to have to use our rounded needle nose pliers, and we're going to need to make a loop on one of the ends of our paper clip. It's just going to keep things from falling off, and we're going to go ahead and string or place onto our paper clip some beads. So I'm just going to add, I don't really have a rhyme or reason of what the way I'm putting them on. I've got 2 green on here now. How about a red? And let's just loop that around. How about another green? Okay, if I get it on here, here we go. Another green. And let's see, we're going to have it up here. How does this look so far up here? It's not too bad. Let's add some more, just for some, whoops, where did it go? Here it is, right here. Let's just add a couple more. Okay, I'm going to get the rest of them on here, and I'll be right back. Can you see that I'm adding them on here just like that? Okay. All right, you guys, so I went ahead and put quite a few of those beads on there. And now what I want to do is go ahead and use my rounded nose pliers again and twist the other end of my paper clip to keep those beads on there. So there we are. I'm going to turn it so it's, see, I think I'm going to turn it this way. Okay, so now it looks like that. And I'm going to get just a couple of these pieces of 1/8 inch satin ribbon, and I'm going to tie them onto my, goodness gracious, tie them onto my altered paper clip for some dangles. I think I'd like them on this side right here, and I'm just going to tie them on with a knot. Put it around my finger like that. There we go. Just so it has a little bit of movement and it has some color, and it will actually hang out on the edge of the page. So now that we have our altered paper clip made, let's go ahead and go back to our beautiful envelope. And let's go ahead and get our ribbon glued on. So I'm just going to add some hot glue right onto this. And I'm going to put it right in the middle. Kind of flare it out a little bit before it sets up too much. There we go. And I'm going to add my other one. I'm thinking I'm going to go this way with it. I do think I want to go crosswise. Not only will it really be cute, but it will help in making this part a little flatter. Do I want to grab, I just thought about it, do I want to grab a little bit of this lace? I have some pieces. Maybe add a little bit of lace right on inside. I need to cut it a little smaller. Let's see. I'm just measuring with my wax seal and see if maybe a little bit smaller. Now, I don't know, it might need to be the blue one then if I do that. Yeah, I think it's going to need to be the blue one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some glue onto here. And I'm just going to bunch this up. Just like that. Grabbing for my spoon to help me not get burnt. Oh, goodness gracious. That's looking really cute. All right, so now I think I've changed my mind. I think now I want to use my blue. I'm going to just place some right on here. I'm going to give it a second to cool just a little bit so that it will hold my wax seal, but it won't be so hot that it melts it completely. It'll melt just a little bit, but that will help it grab a hold and stay on for us. Oh my, so now here's our beautiful fancy flip envelope. And what shall we put inside for the recipient to be able to journal their hopes, dreams, and goals of the new year? So let's see, we need to fold it. So how about if we fold it maybe something like this? And then we need to, this is a Roxy's creation. I think that's what she calls her shop. And I just printed it out on some copy paper and I coffee dyed it. So I'm going to let you see what that looks like. I'm going to open it up. This is what's inside, and then you would do your hopes, wishes, and dreams on this side for the new year. Let's get this right into here. That fits perfectly. And now let's bring in our journal, just like this. Oh, that's upside down. This is right side up. Let's go to the back page, which is our January 1st. I'm going to place this on the back side. I think I'm going to turn it over this way. And let's get our altered paper clip. And let's just paper clip it right on there. Isn't that pretty? That's the back side. That's the front side of the paper. And we have our little tassels like that. Oh, you guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. I'll see you there, guys. Bye now.